Hey, it's Tammy. So these videos are cracking me up because I decided I want to try and go with the least perfect look that I have of the day. So that means if I suddenly sit here and go, oh shoot, I forgot to do my video, I'm not going to go and do my hair and things like that. Although I will say I put on a little more foundation because the filters you can use in a photograph aren't exactly the filters you can use in a video. But anyway, all that aside, I'm showing my messy bedroom and everything else that isn't perfect. Um, just because. So this week I kind of had a sort of conversation about human design, but it wasn't a real conversation about human design. And it had to do with somewhat of the basis of where it comes from. And there are many different components. I recently just got Ra's book. I don't know if anybody's read Ra's book. A lot of people that I've talked to find it hard to follow because it's always like a conversation that he's having or dictation of a speech or something. But that's what I like about it, because sometimes there's just these random little things in there that I really like. But he was the one who actually developed, came up with, was given, however you feel you want to think about it, totally up to you, human design as a system. And what I like about his words is the actual use of the energy that penetrates all of us on a daily basis. The neutrino streams that penetrate the earth all the time, things like that. So I would love to sit here and talk about that like I know what it all means, but I really don't. My mentor had once talked about how it's kind of like, you remember those toys that we used to have, or many of us used to have? Sometimes I mention this toy and nobody knows what I'm talking about, but like you either put water or sand on the top and it would like kind of pour down and it would spin things, or it would make a little bridge thing move or whatever, and it would go. So if you think of a human design, again, I'll just use this book because I have it right now, a human design body graph, the energy kind of moves through your body the same way. So each person, based on where the planets were at the time of their birth, process that information in a different way, or that energy in a different way. The other part is it. The other part of it is the I Ching portion, which correlates to the 64 gates that are in human design. So the parts where I think some people get lost, confused, don't want to know anymore, that kind of stuff, is when you get into those aspects of when planets move through different degrees of something, because I don't know if there's a lot of scientific fact on that, but if you look at it from a perspective of personality and human nature, it makes a lot more sense to a lot of people. So that's basically what I try and base my readings and my coaching and my interpretation of human design on, is more not what's going to happen in the future, not what's going to happen this year. Yes, you can kind of correlate with some, not everyone. Some I've had a hard time, what they should be doing, what their purpose is, that kind of stuff. But it really helped me in particular with how I deal with people, how I deal with the words that people say to me, how I deal with how certain situations make me feel. Why do I get stuck in my head sometimes for months? Why do I go to that dark spot every once in a while and kind of hang out there? And although other people don't really enjoy it, it isn't an awful thing for me, because sometimes I kind of enjoy the beauty of the darkness. But that is in my chart. Why people assume that I'm one way when I'm a different way, how they interpret the words that I say or put emotions on them that aren't there, things like that are all the different things that you can get from knowing your human design and even the human design of another person, which sometimes is hard to get because you don't always want to ask somebody when they were born. Sometimes they don't even want to tell you. So all that being said, we're going on 5 minutes and you've probably had enough Tammy for the week. So next week I will jump on with another topic, possibly something that happened during the week. If anybody has a question, feel free to ask the question. I can answer it. And then, oh, I wanted to go over the week. Actually, I'll post this video and under it I'll put what gate we're going to be in this week, so that you can correlate the energy that the human design system is identifying and see if you can find it out there in your day-to-day stuff. All right, have a great day.